Here's a quick playthrough guide for the new treasure map vs Izo. For more team discussion and replacement options, definitely check out my preparation guide, link will be in the description and the pinned comment. Versus Raizo, we are going to use treasure map legend Hina as captain with a friend captain 6+ Roger in order for us to completely resist despair. And if you're wondering why are we not using Roger as double captain, it's because we need someone that is either striker or driven, so Tasigi here, the treasure map rare recruit, can completely deal with the chain debuffs. We get a chain boost and chain boundaries, and then you want to activate Bone Clay, turning all of your slots into RCV. That can help you consume some of your slots to, of course, remove the hunger. You can also turn Bone Clay into a Q unit to have color advantage, but if you have Bone Clay's hunger limit break ability high enough in level, he can completely remove the hunger, so you are free to just hit your perfects and break the barrier. Then activate Hina and the 2 Rogers to increase your damage, but also earlier on, the Roger specials will defeat Raizo. Versus Ashura Doji, we are going to use the last treasure map unit, treasure map wiper, as double captain. He is the MVP here, he pretty much does everything. The only other thing you need is a bind remover. In this team, I am going to use the New Year Super Sugo rare recruit Sanji, who will not only remove the bind alongside sockets of course, but he will also provide us with an attack boost. He does damage, so immediately Ashura Doji's interruption is activated and he does 75% of an HP cut to us, which is highly important with Wiper's captain ability. If you don't have Sanji though, a bind remover will do and Wiper will activate the interruption anyway, so don't worry. Activate Wiper next for a color affinity boost and matching slots, and then a Robin to increase your damage if you do use her. If you don't have Robin either, any damage booster will do, so you can beat Ashura Doji in turn 1, and then he will revive to 1.5 million HP, and he will bind your crewmates, special bind your captains. But we do not care about dealing with any debuffs now, because of the HP cut and because we have under 30% HP, both Wiper captains will activate their specials, damaging Ashura Doji enough to defeat him. Versus Denjiro, we are going to use a double Sugar team, and it is very important to also use the new Kizuna do Flamingo as a crewmate, so Sugar can immediately gain her super type ability when you enter the quest. With this team, even if you do use someone with a cost over 41, you're fine. I'm just using versus Kaido for the multiplier, he is not helpful at all. Activate the Flamingo first to increase your damage and get rid of the attack down, and then activate your other specials, except the Kaido one, so you can increase your damage. Nekomamushi for an attack boost, Law and Kid for chain boosts, and then Sugar's super type for an ore boost, and so she can get her special back, and then her special, turning everyone into a toy bear, and then tapping her to clear the quest super easily. Versus Kinemon, I will be using versus Yamato as captain with a friend captain Super Sugofest Nami, and it is highly important for this team to use V1 rare recruit Strength Raizo as a support on Nekomamushi and Inuarashi, so he can remove 2 turns of special bind from everyone, but specifically Chopper, so he can completely resist it alongside his crewmate ability, and then with his special remove it from everyone else. Chopper will also remove the burn, and with also activating Weevil, you are going to remove attack down, then activate Yamato for matching slots, an attack boost and her unique attack boost. Then you can activate Treasure Map Legend Sanji, so you can get an ore boost for not only this turn, but also the turn after the revive. Nami's special will remove resilience and also increase our damage even more, and you can activate her super class for even more damage. Have in mind, in case you do not want to use this Nami here, you cannot find a friend captain, or you want to use her in another team, you can actually use double versus Yamato and deal with resilience by using Don Krieg's Sip instead of the generic Ho Sip. Don Krieg's Sip also deals end of turn damage, so it can deal with resilience. After the revive, we are going to activate Nekomamushi to get an attack boost and a color affinity boost, and again easily beat Kinemon. Versus the main boss, Oden, I will be using the new free-to-play Oden as captain, and then I am going to use either a friend captain Newgate, the new unit with the Whitebeard pirates, or a friend captain Carrot Wanda. We are also going to use Carrot Wanda as a sub. You want to enter as both on Carrot, so you have the super swaps to Wanda. And until you max out Izo and you are able to use him properly, the new Treasure Map unit, you can use Treasure Map ulti in his place to remove Threshold in the final stage. Stage 2 is playing annoying. What you want to do here is make certain you have the double special activation on Raid Summer Jinbe, activate him twice to get rid of the damage reduction and gain a conditional attack boost. Then you want to have Kizuna 5 plus Brook in the middle row, so he can give adjacent matching slots, he can also increase damage, but on top of all that, remove attack down. You want to make certain majority of your dex units have matching slots, swap slots accordingly, TND and RCV slots are matching, and then you want to super swap your friend captain to Wanda if you are using Carrot Wanda, so you increase your damage enough, but also gain end of turn damage from their combined captain ability. And now you want to attack by swapping targets as well, unfortunately, so you can do enough damage to all of them and they are low enough so we can get rid of them with the end of turn damage. It is so annoying changing targets when they all have resilience, I know, but it's something you have to do with this team. But if you are using the friend captain of the new Whitebeard pirate crew, you do not want to use their special really, since they do end of turn damage with their captain ability anyway. Real quick, because tons of people will ask me, if you do not have your own Carrot Wanda, you can replace them and Oden with Super Tandem Q free-to-play Luffy as captain, and then any sub that can help you regain your specials in the final stage instead of Carrot Wanda, like Super Sugofest Nami, Super Sugofest Rare Recruit Q Zoro, or anyone else. If you do that, you are going to use Luffy's special and super class in stage 2 instead of Jinbe to remove damage reduction, and you are going to keep Jinbe here to remove paralysis like we are doing with Oden right now, and reduce the opponent's defense to 0 like Carrot Wanda can do. We activate ulti to give our friend captain a matching slot and remove threshold until we have Izo, and of course Wanda's special helped us to reduce defense, get our specials back and increase our damage. Versus the Intrusion battle, huge disclaimer, do not use sugar. This team actually does not work properly, but I am not about to run 5 more navigation levels to get the Intrusion battle again in order to upload the video. I wanted to get it out as soon as possible. Replace sugar with Treasure Map Wiper and everything else remains the same. We need a Despair and Bind removing support. I am using the Straw Hats on Brook to remove Despair and Bind alongside sockets in stage 2. We want a Rayleigh Gaban friend captain entering on Gaban and super swapping to Rayleigh in stage 2 for more damage, and then we also want to activate the free-to-play Oden once to get a matching slot on everyone. You are not going to use Sugar, you are going to use Wiper, so he will also have a matching slot. Then you just attack based on color advantage and you beat Izo. To quickly also explain, the reason Sugar does not work is because when you activate here in the final stage and turn everyone into a toy bear, you are going to penetrate the barrier. And after that, when Brook does his end of turn damage, that will be applied to the barrier HP, not Izo's, meaning you cannot bypass resilience and you will lose. So instead of Sugar, use Wiper to get a color affinity boost, increase your damage, destroy the barrier and then also beat Izo. Everything else works the same. We want to swap Rayleigh to Gaban for an attack boost and to remove Special Bind from them, then activate them for an ore boost and to remove Special Bind from everyone else, then activate Arena Brook to get Threshold to survive the after defeat damage and also end of turn damage to bypass resilience. Then you want to activate Raid Summer Jinbe twice so you can get rid of the damage reduction completely. Then you want to activate Wiper for a color affinity boost, and then Bone Clay to make all of your slots matching RCV, get a base attack boost, turn him into a dex unit for color advantage, and activate his super type finally to get a chain lock, an uninterruptible one, and gain more damage versus the dex Izo. And then you are ready to attack, destroying the barrier and then also beating Izo. That way Brook's end of turn damage will actually apply properly, and I am pretty certain even though Jinbe cuts our HP, with Brook's Threshold we can survive the after defeat hit. With the whole Sugar idea, it's cool that you can penetrate the barrier, but as you can see, The end of turn damage does not work properly, you need to actually remove resilience, so we lose. But these are all of my teams for every boss in the treasure map versus Izo. If you have any questions, tell me in the comments down below, I will do my best to help. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, definitely leave a like, I would really appreciate it. And as always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.